Amazon One Medical presents Painful Thoughts.
I could catch anything sitting in this doctor's waiting room. Ugh, a kid just wiped his runny nose on my jacket. And the guy next to me, sitting in a pool of perspiration, insists on sharing my armrest. Ugh.
Next time, make an appointment with an Amazon One Medical provider. There's no waiting and no sweaty guy. Amazon One Medical. Healthcare just got less painful.
Today, we'll have Hannah's land and sea trip. That's coming up on this episode 446 of WW Prep to Go. Hello, and welcome to WW Prep to Go, where we talk strategy and ideas for people planning their Disney World trips. And we have lots of trip reports, including today. I am your host, Shannon Albert from WDWPrepSchool.com. Thank you for being here for episode 446. Today is a land and sea trip report for Hannah and her group who went in January, and I'll have that in just a moment. If you would like to be a trip report guest, you can use the SpeakPipe information in the show notes of every episode. A question we get asked a lot is when to leave the SpeakPipe information, and the answer to that is as soon as possible. Sometimes if you leave it within a month of your trip, you will get fit in because we have an opening in the schedule, but usually the sooner the better. Also, I often talk about following on social media, but today I'm going to specifically talk about following on Blue Sky, which I'll link to in the show notes. And that's because that's the only platform. It's a newer platform, but it is one that is not doing weird censorship things, and I can't handle it. So Blue Sky has been really fun and a great sense of community over there. So if you are a Blue Sky member, please follow there. And if you're not a Blue Sky member, consider signing up. It is kind of what Twitter used to be. I haven't seen this kind of vibe in a long time. So I think that is it. Without any further ado, here are my chats with Hannah. Welcome to podcast, Hannah.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
We are talking on a cold Thursday, January 9th, and I understand that you have a trip to Florida coming up.
Yes, it's going to be a combination land and sea trip for my belated 30th birthday. Lots of us heading down to Disney World for a few days and then hopping on the Disney Fantasy after that.
Is this your first cruise or no?
So it's everybody's first cruise except me, but it's my first Disney cruise. So
okay. So that part is new. What are your dates overall, your trip dates?
Yeah, so we'll leave on the 11th and we'll be at Disney World from the 11th through the 15th. And then we'll be embarking on the Fantasy for the 15th through the 19th.
Okay. DCL. All right. How did you decide to go right now? Is this around the time of your birthday or no?
Yeah, my birthday is December 17th, which birthday twin.
My birthday.
Yeah, I heard that on a previous recent podcast. I was like,
we both had milestone birthdays this year.
Oh my word, yes. So yeah, I didn't want to go like drag everybody out right in the Christmas season, So that's kind of how I decided to go now.
Yeah, I could go on a whole side tangent about, how people have birthday months.
Oh, yes.
I'm like, when you're a December birthday, you don't get a birthday.
You absolutely don't. No.
You're lucky if you get a birthday gift, let alone a birthday month.
A lot of combination birthday and Christmas gifts.
Exactly. So I don't blame you for doing a little delay so that you can actually celebrate it separate from Christmas. Yeah. Okay, so who is going on this trip?
Okay, so to Disney World, there will be 10 of us total. Yeah. My sister and her husband and their 2 toddlers are already down there. And then it will be myself, my adult sister, Jackie, my teenage sister, Emily, my best friend, Jana, and then our friend who was our foreign exchange student from South Korea is flying in as well. So.
Okay, so it's hard for me to write all that down, but I'm just going to say sisters and friends.
Yes, sisters and friends and sisters, husband and kids.
Yeah, sisters, friends, and a sister family. And you said that that's 10 people at Disney World. So who's going on the cruise?
So just 6 of us. My sister's husband and kids will be sticking around Orlando, and my teenage sister is actually going to fly back home to Maine before the cruise, and the rest of us will be embarking.
Okay. All right. Are you the planner for everybody?
I am. Yes. I'm actually a newer travel agent, but planning everything for everybody long before I was doing this. So
Okay. So this is stuff that you know. It's just a big group. So I always feel
it
like
is
it's a lot of work.
coming from all over the place and stuff too. So
Okay. All right. So you and I chatted before we hit record that you're in Maine. So
right.
I assume that you're flying from there.
Yes. So me and Jackie and Emily and Courtney are all flying in from Maine. My best friend is flying in from South Carolina. And then I mentioned my sister, her husband and 2 kids are already down there. And our friend from South Korea is flying in nowish, just so she can like acclimate for a few days. The jet lag, I'm sure, is going to be crazy before jumping right into the theme parks, you know?
Where did you say that person is flying in from?
From South Korea.
South Korea. Okay.
Long flight.
Okay. I want to do an after chat and talk about that was an exchange student program, you
Yes.
said, right?
Yep.
Okay. We can talk more about that another time.
Okay.
Okay. But I think that's awesome that she's
Yeah.
coming in from South Korea for your birthday trip.
Yeah, me too. We haven't seen her in like 8 years, so it's gonna be great.
8. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. That's so amazing. Okay. All right. So you personally are flying from Maine to Orlando on Saturday, January 11th.
Right.
Okay. When do you arrive?
We'll be arriving around 5:30 into MCO. My best friend will be arriving like pretty much the exact same time. So we'll hop in a Lyft or an Uber over to Disney World and meet up with my sister who will already be there.
And where are you staying?
So we're not staying at the same places. My sister and her family, Emily, Chan, and Courtney, are staying across 2 rooms at Pop. And then me, Jackie, and Jana are staying 1 night at Caribbean Beach and 3 nights at Riviera.
Okay. So you guys are all Skyliner
Yes.
resorts. Different places on the Skyline. I can't even pretend to keep all the details straight in my notes.
I know.
So I'm just going to be as general as I can. A group is staying in different places on the Skyline. And which one are you staying in?
We're doing 1 night at Caribbean Beach and 3 at Riviera.
Okay. All right. So you will be going from the airport to Caribbean Beach.
Right.
All right. And on this day, because you're arriving evening, do you have any plans before the day is over?
We don't really have any set plans. We're thinking about Disney Springs, depending on how people are feeling, I guess. And I wouldn't be upset eating just at Centertown Market or whatever. I like it over there. Yeah, no real plans. Just get some rest, I guess.
Okay. Let's go to the next day, Sunday, January 12th.
Yes.
What are your plans?
So we will be going to Animal Kingdom. Not my sister's husband and the kids will just be hanging at the resorts for most of this trip. So it will be like all us girls going to Animal Kingdom.
And are you rope droppers?
Well, I am a spreadsheeter rope dropper, but with all the like first timers and everything, I'm trying to like, okay, slow your roll a little bit. Like, let's enjoy the ambiance, no crazy mornings and stuff. So
yeah, I do think that's tricky with a group because your style may not be the style for the group. Or I guess you could dictate it if you're like, hey, this is how it works.
Yeah.
But it sounds like you're being more relaxed.
Trying to, yes. Because my friend Jana, she's had 2 major knee surgeries in the past 18 months. So yeah, we're not going to be like zooming around. And then also I am kind of newly navigating the parks without DAS. I have POTS, so I like don't qualify anymore, you know? And I think it'll be okay with lightning lanes. It's going to be cool out, so that helps a lot. I may have some notes on like return to queue occasionally, you know, depending on how I'm doing and stuff. And maybe some
lightning lanes. Did you pre-purchase them?
Yes.
Okay. Even at Animal Kingdom, you're using them in all the parks that you do go to.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you said you are normally a rope dropper, but because of the group, you may not be doing that. So on this Animal Kingdom day, you don't anticipate rope dropping. You have lightning lanes already set.
We have like, well, I guess this is probably the earliest lightning lanes we have. We have a safari for 8:40 to 9:40, and we'll probably try to do Festival of the Lion King at 10 after that. Just glancing at my notes. We have 11:30 to 12:30 Flight of Passage, an overlapping Navi River journey. We'll probably eat lunch at Satuli. We have an Everest from 1:35 to 2:35. But yeah, so this will probably be our earliest day.
I have a logistical question because it always fascinates me, and we get asked a lot. So when you went to book the lightning lanes, I assume you paid for everything, right?
Yes. So we had everybody buy Disney gift cards and just make one group card that I use for everything.
Okay, that's clever. So you combined them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Combine them.
Everybody purchased their own and combined them to one pool that you could use to make group purchases.
Right.
Okay, very smart. But I know a lot of people are like Venmoing each other, and it's a whole thing to figure out how to manage it. But I love the way you did it. Okay.
Yeah, it worked out pretty well.
Okay. All right. So we know you have lightning lanes. You said Satuli lunch on this day. What other plans?
We'd like to get into Nomad Lounge before the end of the day at some point. We do have my friend Jana, she has some food allergies, dairy, fish, and shellfish. So I'll have her kind of look over and see if there's anything she might like there. My sister Emily is also a vegetarian, so that'll be relatively easy in the parks, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Besides that, I would love to see Divine. I have gone a bajillion times to Animal Kingdom and I never catch her. So that's on my wish list for sure.
When you enter, do you normally go to the left or the right?
I think we're usually heading over to the left toward like Pandora. And is she right to the right after the Oasis? Yeah. So
because I think that is exactly why a lot of people miss her, is that it's intuitive to go to the left because you're going to, Flight of Passage or something like that. But she's on the right.
Right. Yeah. I'm going to go out of my way to find her this time. Yeah. And besides that, I was today years old when I learned that there were kangaroos at Animal Kingdom. Like, I just miss them every time too. So I want to see those guys. But yeah. Oh, we need to kiss goodbye Dino Land. It's going to be the last day of Dino Land, as it is. So we'll do that. And yeah, those are all our plans. I'm not sure if we'll stay till park close, but we'll go rest up because we have a big day the next day.
Okay, so once Animal Kingdom is done, that is the end of your plans? Okay. Because sometimes people will combine Animal Kingdom with something else because it closes so early. Okay, so what's your big day, Monday, January 13th then?
So, excuse me. My sister and her family are going to Magic Kingdom, and the rest of us are going to Hollywood Studios. And then we are going to do an after hours at Magic Kingdom that night.
Fun.
Yeah.
Okay, with your sister's family doing slightly different things than you, did you also plan their stuff?
So they're just not going to be doing lightning lanes at Magic Kingdom, so I didn't have to like separately book that. They just have 2 babies, so they'll be probably riding Dumbo 10 times or whatever.
Stick to the basics. Okay, so what is your group's plans at Hollywood Studios?
Okay, so we will probably go do the 2 only rides that I can't do first. Rock and Roller Coaster is not my friend, but everyone else will probably love it. So probably head there first. And then we have our first lightning lane of the day at Tower of Terror. What time is that at 9:40 to 10:40. We have a Tower of Terror. I'm very iffy on that one. Like, I have to be feeling really good to be able to handle it. And then I'm also scared of it. So we'll see.
You're scared of both of them?
I'm scared of both of them, but like I actually can't do Rock and Roller Coaster. Like, it's a no with the pots. Yeah. But yeah, we'll see if I get bullied on Tower of Terror or not. And then we have a 9:50 to 10:50 Rise, which is obviously a must do. 11:15 to 12:15 Slinky. 12:15 to 1:15 Toy Story Mania.
You got lots of good ones.
Yeah, we had lots of good options. And then, yeah, we need to do Mickey and Minnie's, of course. Like, I can't go to that park without doing that ride. We'll probably hit like Ronto Roasters for lunch if everybody agrees on that. That's my favorite spot. So if not, maybe I know they have some like plant-based stuff at Woody's Lunchbox. So we might have to hit that up.
Docking Bay 7 is definitely the best for food issues or food, special food.
Oh, awesome.
So that's an option as well. And everybody can mobile order there if they want.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we will go back for a midday break since we're going to have such a late night. And we plan to all meet at Steakhouse 71 at 5:10 p.m.
Fun. And how many people are on this reservation?
We have a few. We'll show up early and see if they want to squeeze us together. If not, it's no big deal. It was just, I think we have 3 reservations.
Yeah, so that's why I asked, because the limits, when you go to book a group, you usually can't book for the whole group.
Right.
So you did 3 separate ones.
Right.
Okay.
Just see how that works out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Steakhouse 71, you said that was 5:00, and then you're going from there to the after hours event at Magic Kingdom.
Yes. And we'll actually all head back over, since the park will still be technically open for the day, even the babies and my brother-in-law and stuff. And to watch the fireworks with the toddlers, that's like one of the things I'm looking forward to most. So,
sweet.
Yeah.
Have you ever done an after hours?
Yeah, a couple of times. And I was just like, this is amazing. Like, you just walk onto everything. It feels so empty, even in comparison to like a holiday party or something.
Yeah, definitely. And you don't have to book a lighting lane. So you don't have to crisscross if you don't want to.
I know. It's amazing. Yeah, this is our only time at Magic Kingdom. And I'm like, okay, we can do this. If we have to throw Jana in a wheelchair and push her around, whatever, with her knees, we're gonna maximize. We're gonna get everything done.
So the rides are your main focus, obviously.
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I love that. I think if anyone has after hours available during their trip, they should book it instead of a park ticket if you have that option.
Yeah.
It's so much better. I just think people look at like the number of hours, and I look at the number of rides.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
It's like, if you can get a lot of rides done in an hour, then that's really nice. And you don't have to pay for lighting lanes. So got to factor that into the math.
Exactly.
Okay. Anything else to talk about on Monday, January 13th?
Oh,
I do want to ask you, this is the day you're switching to Riviera.
Oh, yes. We will just leave our bags with Bell Services in the morning before we head into the park.
Okay. So you're going to drop your bags at Bell Services. Are you going to have them transferred to Riviera?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's right there. So hopefully that won't take very long.
Right.
And then, so when you leave Hollywood Studios for your midday break, you'll actually be going back to the Riviera.
Right.
And hopefully your room will be ready at that point.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully. It will be probably, I don't know, 2 or 3. So,
yeah, that would be great. And hopefully your bags are there too.
Yes, that would be a plus.
Okay. And now January 14th, Tuesday.
Yes. That is our Epcot day. So everybody, again, except my brother-in-law and the toddlers, will be going. This will be like a late morning for everybody but me, because I have to get up and get our virtual queue. But that's okay. Yeah, but we'll plan to sleep in that morning after such a late night, and all these people not used to theme park life. We have a Remy's for 10:55 to 11:55. That's our first lightning lane of the day. We can handle that.
So it's nice that you have Remy's, so you don't have to worry about, the big rope drop crowds that go that way.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And besides that, we have a Living with the Land 12:30 to 1:30. We have a Spaceship Earth 1:10 to 2:10, which we can move those around or whatever, just based on probably when we get our virtual queue for Guardians.
So you didn't pre-purchase Guardians, but you're going to do the virtual queue for it.
Right. That's the plan.
Okay. And you said that I asked you about the cruise and if it was your first cruise and all that, but is this anybody's first Disney World trip in your group?
Oh, yes. It's Jana's, Courtney's, and Chan. They're first.
Okay. Because hopefully they'll love Guardians.
Yes, I hope so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, if they don't have motion sick, I assume they will.
Right. Yeah. Courtney is like our motion sick girly, but she said that she survived Hulk at Universal. I was like, if you can do it, you're okay. You're fine. I mean, I guess the screen elements, but we'll fine. It'll be fine.
I am creating some sort of scale to describe different types of motion sickness because they vary so much.
It's true.
Because sometimes it's screen, sometimes it's twisty turn, sometimes it's, whatever. But anyway, hopefully everybody will enjoy it and you'll get a good virtual queue boarding group. What about dining plans?
We don't have any reservations. I was thinking about maybe the quick service in America. I might have some good, like, dairy-free But then, of course, my vegetarian sister. So we'll probably hop around a little bit quick service wise.
Okay. Quick service food. I'll just write that down. All right. Other plans on this day, or are you ready to move on?
No, I think that's it. We'll probably try to stay till park close and get ready for our cruise the next day.
Yes. Well, you managed to fit in all 4 parks in a few days. So next day is Wednesday, January 15th. And as you said, this is the day you check out of the Riviera and board the cruise ship. And you said it's the Fantasy, right?
Yes.
Okay. Fun. All right. And I guess we'll talk through it, but I was going to say, what's the itinerary for this one?
Castaway we'll be Nassau and Lookout Key.
Is it Castaway as well?
No,
just you skip. Okay. Got it. Okay. So how are you getting to the port?
So half of us will be dropped off by my brother-in-law because they'll have their car down there. And then the other half of us will just hop in an Uber or Lyft.
Okay. So brother-in-law's car and Uber, Lyft to get everybody there. Do you want to talk about the planning process? Because this part of it would have been new for you, the Disney cruise part. Talk about like which kind of staterooms you have and like what was it like booking activities and all that?
Yeah, sure. So we haven't really booked any activities. We did decide to do the rainforest room because like you just got to do the rainforest room on a girls trip, right? But yeah, we knew we wanted veranda rooms for sure. And we have connecting veranda rooms because we figured it'd be nice, especially if they can take that partition out and we can all hang out there together. Yeah, it was actually originally just going to be 3 of us, me, Jackie, and Jana. And then we added them on later. So it worked out really nice that we could be side by side.
Yeah, you added them later. And the one that, first of all, your room happened to have a connecting room and it happened to be available.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay. And then when it came to time to check in, did you check in for everybody? Because that's a lot of documents to upload.
I actually didn't. I just said, okay, everybody ahead of time, download this app. I'll walk you through it. And it was a lot of back and forth. We weren't all checked in until really late, but we have, a late embarkation time, which is totally fine because I forgot to mention that my sister's going to take my brother-in-law's car and take my teenage sister to the airport that morning before we get on the cruise. And she's actually going to stay there at MCO, like go through security with her, wait at the gate, wait till she's in the air to come back. So late embarkation is totally fine.
Okay. Late embarkation is fine because you're going to have a late ride.
Right.
to get there. Okay. So you're going to get on the ship eventually.
Right.
And what are your plans or thoughts? You have the rainforest room package passes already pre-purchased, so you don't need to go do that.
Right.
What do you think you will do?
We'll probably get lunch at the buffet. It'll probably be crazy, but I'm mentally prepared. And then, I don't know, we'll probably try to watch the sail away from a distance a little bit. Maybe not right down in it, but I'm interested in that anyway. And then I want to see every single show. Like, I really want to make it to every show. So that's kind of like my top priority. We have a late dining rotation. So.
Okay. So the show will be not too far after the sail away party and then dinner after that, probably.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And I'm going to write down, see the show, dining. Okay. Got it. What is the next day?
So the next day is docking in Nassau, which I don't really care about Nassau. But on the other hand, like we have somebody from Korea who's like maybe never gonna, get there again. So we don't have any excursions booked and we're not gonna leave the port, but we'll hop off for an hour or two and just kind of catch the vibes a little bit, and then get back on the ship.
Yeah, I think with a short cruise like this, that it is nice to have more time on the ship.
Yeah.
If the time on the ship's more valuable than the port itself.
Right.
And I think there's an argument to be made that in Nassau, that's very true.
Yes.
So that'll be fun. Okay. So maybe a short time at the port, but you're going to spend time on the ship too.
Right.
Okay. Do you have anything booked or anything that you'd like to do?
No, actually, we don't have any like specialty dining or anything booked. We're just kind of going to be exploring the ship, hopefully making some cute little TikToks together and stuff. I really wanted to see all the lounges and all the shows. So lots of exploring to do.
Yes. Listen, the ship is huge. So you'll have things to do. Okay. The next day, Friday, January 17th.
Yes, that's the Lookout Key day. So excited for that. It looks like it's going to be a little on the chillier side, like 70 degrees. So, we're Mainers, most of us. We can handle it. I'm getting in that water, like no matter what. So
that's what it was on my last cruise in December. And I am pretty timid about cold water, and I still did it. So I think with the sun, assuming it's nice and sunny, you'll be good.
Yay, I hope so. And we'll probably hang out mostly at the adults beach. Like I'd like to see both beaches, but we'll probably be hanging out in the adults area mostly.
Okay. All right. I assume that's most of that day, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Saturday, January 18th.
That's just our day at sea. So we'll be probably reading from the heated loungers in the rainforest room and taking naps and ordering room service and just chilling that day.
Okay. I'm so excited to hear what you think of the cruise.
Me too.
Okay. And then the next day is Sunday, January 19th, which is disembarkation.
Right.
How are you getting back?
So my sister's going to go. Her husband will pick her up and they'll go back to Maine. And then the rest of us will take a couple of Ubers, I think, to MCO. We have a later flight. We all have later flights, like 3:30-ish. So I'm kind of wondering how early they'll let us check bags. We'll find out. We'll see.
I think it's 5 hours.
Is it?
Well,
Okay.
it depends on the airline, maybe. But my experience has generally been 5 hours. So you might be okay.
We might be fine.
It just kind of depends how quick you get there.
Right. You
could really take your time getting off the ship if you want to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure we will.
Yeah.
And our friend Cheon from South Korea, she'll actually be coming back to Maine with us. So not flying directly back to Korea or anything.
Nice. I love that she has extended time.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that sounds like a fantastic trip. Is there anything we haven't talked about?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. Well, I hope you have the best time, and I'll talk to you in a couple weeks.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Have you made the switch to Knix? Millions of women have made the switch to the revolutionary period underwear from Knix. That's Knix. Period panties from Knix are like no other, making them the #1 leak-proof underwear brand in North America. They're comfy, stylish, and absorbent, perfect for period protection from your lightest to your heaviest days. They look, feel, and machine wash just like regular underwear, but feature incognito protection that has you covered. You can shop sizes from extra small to 4XL. Choose from all kinds of colors, prints, and different styles, from bikinis to boy shorts, thongs to high-rise. You've got to try Knix. See why millions are ditching disposable, wasteful period products and have switched to Knix. Go to knix.com and get 15% off with promo code TRY15. That's knix.com, promo code TRY15 for 15% off life-changing period underwear. That's knix.com.
This is Ashley Iaconetti from the Ben and Ashley I Almost Famous podcast. Did you know that Future Health can help make weight loss resolutions come true? Future Health makes access to qualified doctors that know GLP-1s easier than ever and for less than $3 a day. Get started with a quick 3-minute survey at tryfh.com. Tryfh.com.
Tryfh.com.
Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Hi, I'm Cindy Crawford, and I'm the founder of Meaningful Beauty. Well, I don't know about you, but I never liked being told, oh, wow, you look so good for your age. Why even bother saying that? Why don't you just say you look great at any age, every age? That's what Meaningful Beauty is all about. We create products that make you feel confident in your skin at the age you are now.
Meaningful Beauty. Beautiful skin at every age.
Learn more at meaningfulbeauty.com.
Welcome back from your trip, Hannah.
Hi, thank you so much.
We're talking on Thursday, January 23rd. You've been back for 4 days.
Right.
How did your land and sea trip go?
It was amazing. It was like one of the best trips I've ever been on.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm excited to talk about it. That's high praise.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So let's see what made it so great and start talking through it. You told us before that on Saturday, January 11th, that you had people flying in from different places and that you were ultimately going to end up at Caribbean Beach. How did this day go for you?
Yeah, everything went off pretty smoothly. We had like a teeny tiny flight delay, but no big deal. We all got to the airport around the same time. Our bags were delayed like, I don't know, 45 minutes or something, but whatever. We just sat around and yapped. And yeah, hopped in an Uber, and I think it was $52 for a Lyft XL, and they packed us in there. It was comical. Like, I have a video of all of our bags just like stuffed. This guy was determined to take us in his Toyota Highlander. But we got there. And yeah, we just kind of dropped our bags off in our room. We're in the Trinidad section.
It's
Caribbean
pretty
Beach.
far. It can be pretty far away depending on your building.
Yeah, it was building 37, I think. So it was decently far away. We just took the internal bus over to the main hall.
But you had
And
the updated rooms there.
yeah, they were really nice.
Yeah, that is a nice perk.
Yeah, it was cute. Something we didn't consider, which I don't know, I guess it just like slipped my mind. I knew that there were not elevators there, but yeah, we had like ordered a case of water, and after we ate dinner, somebody actually drove us back over in a little cart and delivered our groceries. So that was really super nice. But when we checked out the next morning, we felt really bad because they were transferring our stuff to another resort. And I was like, oh my gosh, I should have requested a ground floor room with all of our stuff. I don't know how that Superman guy got all, he acted like it was no big deal. We gave him a big tip and a cast compliment, but yikes.
Yeah. I think it's amazing there aren't elevators. That's kind of weird. Even the buildings that do have elevators, sometimes the elevators are so far away that it's like, oh wait, we're just going to do stairs. But yeah, that's tough. Okay.
Yeah, it all worked out though. Oh, sorry, I skipped ahead a little bit, but
That's all right. I asked you about the room. One thing led to another. But what'd you do after you got settled in your room?
went to sleep. Well, after yapping for a couple of hours. I think it was probably 1 a.m. by the time we actually went to sleep.
So you did not make it to Disney Springs that day?
No, we didn't. It was a little bit later of an arrival than we planned. So
yeah, and I think it's a good time to mention about how planning things on arrival day can be so risky because you
So
just
true.
never know if any step of the process is going to get delayed, and it can feel very frantic to try to get to your
Definitely.
dining reservation or whatever it is. But you just had maybe go to Disney Springs on your list, which is low stakes.
Exactly. Like not a huge letdown. So
Yeah, easy enough. Okay.
yeah.
So the next day was Sunday, January 12th, and most of your group was going to Animal Kingdom.
Yes. Yep. Everybody except my sister's husband and the kiddos. So let's see. We left the room at about 7:05. Scanned into Animal Kingdom at 7:50. Yeah, we only half of us got there around that time. So like my sisters were still on their way. So we just kind of moseyed around and looked at all the pretty things. Animal Kingdom is my favorite park. So I'm never complaining about.
Can we talk about the transportation there? Because
yeah.
Caribbean Beach has all those internal stops, which I have heard have been improving in terms of they're allocating buses to certain stops. So how long did it take you to get from Caribbean Beach? Because you said 7:05.
Yeah, 7:05, we left the room. We got on the bus, which was really close to our building.
Okay.
It was like, I don't know, a 90-second walk.
Yeah.
So, and then, yeah, 7:20 bus to Animal Kingdom, scanned in at 7:50. So,
okay. So 7:20 bus means it was 15 minutes from the time that's not too terribly bad. I think, you said it's not too far to get to the bus stop, which is pretty true at Caribbean Beach, but the downside is that there's a lot of stops, but not too bad in your case. And I've heard that Disney's trying to improve it. So that's good to hear.
Yeah, I thought it worked out pretty well. No complaints here.
And remind me, on this day, you said 7:50 you tapped in. When was the early theme park entry?
8 o'clock.
Okay, so you were there just before that.
Yeah.
What'd you do with your early entry time?
Really just moseying around and exploring and stuff. We went to Creature Comforts and grabbed coffees and waited for everybody to get there. And then we did a nice and early-ish, I guess, safari at 8:50. We had a lightning lane for that. So it was a posted 20 minutes and we just walked on. And the animals were pretty active. I was excited about that because, we had some first timers. And we got to see the cheetahs pretty up close, which I never do. And the new lions were hanging out. So that was nice to see.
That sounds like a really good safari.
It was very cool, So I think they were all hanging out.
Yeah, that I know people like to increase their odds by going first part of the day.
Right. Yeah, we had good luck. Our friend Chan from Korea, her favorite part was the goats at the end, believe it or not. She was like so tickled by the goats. And we were like, we got to get this girl to the petting zoo up at Refugees Planet Watch because she'll just lose her mind.
Yeah, she can get real close.
Yeah. She was like, I've never seen goats before. I'm like, what? She's so cute. Anyway, so we tried to do Refugees Planet Watch after that, but it was actually closed because the races were still going on. So we got to see all the runners running by and kind of cheer them on for a minute. That was fun.
Nice.
Yeah. And then on our path out of Africa, we stopped at this little stand that was selling stuffed animals so my sister could get one for her son. And the cast member, Ronnie, there did this whole like over the top adoption like ceremony and made us all like vow to be good like godparents to this. It was so cute. And this was like, the first timers are like, what is going on here? But they loved it. So
I love it. I love when cast members love their job like that.
Oh my word, me too. It's just the best. Yeah, so then we headed over to Festival of the Lion King, and I was the only one who had ever seen it, which is crazy because my sisters have been a bunch. But yeah, everybody loved it for the most part. It was really cute to see my 14-year-old little gothish sister doing the little like animal movements and stuff with us. So we were letting loose and having a good time. It was fun.
You can drop the cool veil when you're there.
Right. And I mean, when you see your sisters like dancing with the musicians in Africa and everything, the cool is just out the window. Forget it. Yeah. So then we just made our way over to Pandora and scanned into Navi River at 11:15. It was a posted 65-minute wait and we waited 3 minutes. So that one was definitely worth it. Of course, always cool to see people's first reaction to the giant animatronic in that ride. It's like so impressive. Yeah, we took some photos and explored. We scanned into Flight of Passage at 11:40, and that was 110 posted. And I was like, woo.
At this point, is your group really impressed with your skills?
I mean, I don't know if they know to be impressed, really.
I mean, when you see all those lines and you get to walk right past them, I feel like that's pretty impressive. But I can't wait to hear what they thought of Flight of Passage, though.
Oh, yeah. So I was wondering how it would go with my best friend, Jana, because she had just had a couple of knee surgeries, like I mentioned in the pre-trip. And I was like, I don't know how these restraints are going to be. And she's like, if I die. So it didn't bother her at all, actually. And most of the pressure, you're like sitting on the, so it worked out really well. She was really impressed by that. She said that was her favorite part so far. When we got to that, and the other girls were blown away too. I was like, yay, this is my favorite ride of all time. I just love sharing that kind of stuff.
It didn't hit anybody in a motion sickness way?
Our one motion sickness girl was like, I feel a little shaken up, but like totally fine 2 minutes after or whatever.
I've noticed when it's hot, which I assume it probably wasn't during your trip, when it's hot, it seems to increase the likelihood for some reason. Like it just, the combo of the motion and the all day heat is a rough one.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally feel that. And I'm not even a motion sickness girly, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, we found some cool stuff in the exit shop. My sister's really into like gemstones and crystals and stuff. And I hadn't even noticed that stuff in there before, but she found quite a few little trinkets.
Yeah, it's interesting going with different people.
It is. Yeah. I love it.
They notice different things.
Yeah.
It's totally different.
I know it. I love it. And I got my first ever pass holder merch in there. A cool like Ballet Moira shirt. I hadn't seen it before. It was pretty cool. And then we did the thing you're not supposed to do and went to eat lunch like right around lunchtime, which was actually fine. I mean, we waited maybe like 30 minutes for our mobile orders at Satuli, but we needed a break anyways. It was fine. We just sat around and loved it. And everybody loved the food there. And Jana actually, like looking at the menu, felt comfortable ordering without even having to speak to a chef or anything. So that was cool. Good,
So
really good dairy-free
remind me,
options.
remind me what the food allergy is there.
So she has a dairy, fish, and shellfish allergies.
Okay. So, all right, because multiple allergies is often hard on mobile order because they have the menus separated by single allergies, but it's easy to know what fish and shellfish are, I guess.
Right.
So she would just be looking for the dairy-free stuff.
Right.
Which, if you look for vegan options, then you've got dairy-free there as well. So, okay.
Right.
I'm glad that worked.
True.
Satuli is a good one
Yeah.
for special diets.
Oh, I love Satuli. It's so good. And I had gone in to get some, like their version of ranch for Cheyenne had gotten the little cheeseburger pods. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go get you the stuff to dip and make it even better. And a cast member noticed my birthday pin and gave us a bunch of cupcakes, which was really super sweet. Kind of made me tear up a little bit, actually.
What is it? You have such good cast members.
Oh, my word. I can't even. It was incredible, the cast member experiences that we had this trip.
Nice.
Yeah.
What was after that then?
So after sitting around for a while and trying to let our stomachs settle, we ran over and got some rum blossoms from Pongu. And in line, we heard somebody ask the cast member where Toy Story Land was. I always hate to hear that.
That's so hard.
I know it is. I've heard worse. I've heard, where is Harry Potter in Magic Kingdom? And I'm like, oh.
Man. It just makes me wonder what other parts of their trip are going to be tough for them.
Oh, man. I know. They need to listen to this podcast.
Some people don't seek out information,
Right. I know. Oh, man. Yeah. So then we headed over to Everest. It was a 30-minute standby and it was a 2-minute wait because we had a lightning lane. Our most motion sicky girl was in the very back row. So I was like, oh, okay. And she was a little shaken up after, but she loved it. It was great. Everybody loved it, actually. Then we headed over to say goodbye to Dinoland as we know it, since it was the last day for that. It was so busy in there. Like, I have never seen so many people in Dinoland. I was like, yep, she's popular now.
Exactly. People do this. Like back when Maelstrom was open at Epcot, people were like, oh, I have to ride it before it closes. It's like, why was the line always empty before now?
That's going to be Muppet Vision too, I fear.
Exactly.
Yep. So we were just kind of wrapping up our day there. I know I mentioned I really wanted to see Divine. I missed her again.
Oh,
so elusive to me. And that's okay. There's, always next time. I'll be there next time.
Did you go right when you entered?
I don't think so.
I'm betting not.
No, I don't think so. And also the hours said like 10 to 2 or something.
Really okay. I mean, that is pretty reduced hours, but it's just when you if you enter and go to the right, a lot of times you will see her, but most people go to the left because of Flight of Passage or because of Kilimanjaro Safari. Like, the only time you'll go right is if you're going to like Expedition Everest or something over there, but that's not where most people are at Park Entry. Right. So true. I'll catch her one of these days. Yeah. And then we were also looking for the kangaroos since I had just learned they were there, but have you ever seen them there? I don't know. They're like, I guess they're around the tree, like kind of right up front. But I asked the cast member and she was like, I work here and I've seen them like twice. So they hide. I was like, oh, okay, well, do. Who knew? I know it. Yeah. So we just hit the gift shops on our way out of the park. Everybody ended up getting Magic Band Pluses. We were like, no, we don't want to be forced into it. No, we did. We found some cute ones and we snagged them up. Exactly. The cute ones will call your name. So true. And, we knew that we could use them on the cruise too. So. Exactly. Yes. Only way I justify them is that they're useful in so many different situations. Because otherwise they feel like they're so expensive.
I know. And I was like, we can't buy the original Magic Bands. Like, we have to buy Magic Band Plus because they're just like, no more. They're gone.
Mm-hmm.
It's all right. They were cute. It was, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Then we bust out of there and us who left? Me and Jackie and Jana and my sister, Emily, my teenage sister, we went back to Riviera. We got a notification that our room was ready when we were on the bus back. So that was perfect. We hung out at Le Petit Cafe for a little bit and got some delicious coffee. Oh my word, I love Le Petit Cafe. I just want to go there every day.
They have such good food there. I mean, at that resort in general.
I loved, oh my word. We just loved Riviera. Like, Caribbean Beach was really cute, and obviously we didn't get to spend a ton of time there, but like Riviera is so beautiful. Our room was gorgeous. The view from our room was gorgeous. Like, the lobby was beautiful. Le Petit Cafe. We also loved Primo Piatto. Like, so good.
Bar Riva.
Yes. Oh my word. I could just live there.
Yeah. Maybe definitely one of the best food resorts in all Disney World.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah. So we just kind of bummed around in our room for a little bit. And then we decided to go to the Scat Cat Club Lounge over at French Quarter that night.
Mm-hmm.
So we took a really cheap lift. It was like $4.99 over to Scat Cat and had like, this is one of my favorite places on property, but I think this is the best experience I've ever had there. It was so, so fun. We all met there. So all 7 of us, not the babies and their dad, but we had a waiter named Abner, and he has this drink called like the AB special. It's kind of like TikTok famous. And he was telling us all about it. He like brought up the TikTok and showed it to us. And I don't really like drink much, so I didn't get it, but one of the other girls got it and really liked it. But yeah, we were able to get some allergy beignets for Jana, which was so cool. And the vibes there are just, immaculate. And then they noticed me wearing my birthday button. Ooh. And of course, all the girls were like, good job. Whatever. I'm like, yeah, hi. So the singers like sang happy birthday to me, and the whole place is like singing happy birthday to me. It was so cute. I got a video of it. And then we were sitting up by the stage, and the lead singer was like doing this little thing where she was like scatting and then like holding the mic out. And she held it out to me, and I was like, I like sang back to her, and it was, oh my word, it was just so much fun.
That is fun. I've not been there. I've only been there during the day for beignets, but not at night. But that sounds really fun.
You have to. It is the best every time. I love it so much. So we stayed quite late. I think they're open like 7:30 to 12:30, and we were there like 8 to midnight. So
wow, you've been there a long time.
Yes. And we just took a little lift back and went to bed.
Okay, that's a really fun day.
Yes, it was so fun.
Okay, Monday, January 13th. This is the day I had written down that you were switching to Riviera.
Nope.
It was the day before.
We only did one little baby night over at Caribbean Beach.
So you were already at Riviera. Right. And on this day, your sister's family was going to Magic Kingdom, but the rest of you were going to Hollywood Studios.
Yes. So Jackie and Emily went in early do like Tower of Terror and Rock and Roller Coaster and things that me and Jana weren't going to ride. We just kind of had a slow morning, had some tea on the terrace, got some breakfast at Primo Piatto, and coffee at Le Petit Cafe on the way out, of course. It's just as one does. And then
when in Rome.
Yes, exactly. We took the Skyliner at about 10:45 over to Hollywood Studios, scanned in at 11. We met.
Wait.
All up at rest.
You said you took the Skyliner at 8:45, but you scanned in at 11.
Oh, 10:45.
Okay, 10:45 and 11. That's so 50. Well, I don't know.
Like,
maybe I just.
Why did it take you like 1,000 years to get
Well,
there?
that's what I wanted to catch. I'm like, what took so long? But really, it was only 15 minutes.
Right. It was super quick because everybody was already there. We were just having a lazy morning.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we met at Rise of the Resistance. We were late. I wondered, if we would have to speak to somebody, but it was no issue. It just turned green.
How late were you for that lightning lane?
So I think our lightning lane was like 9:50 to 10:50, and it was 11:17 when we scanned in. So,
okay, so about 30 minutes or so. And it still showed green.
Yep. Turned green with no issue.
Okay.
Yeah. This is also a day that I was wearing my birthday button again. And we decided to count how many happy birthdays. And we got over 30, I think, in just this.
You really have to be ready for attention when you wear those buttons.
So true. And it was actually like the people running the ride and stuff, somebody was like, your birthday's canceled. And if anything goes wrong, it's Hannah's fault, just kind of giving me extra attention. So that was fun and funny. Everybody loved Rise of the Resistance, of course. Even the non-Star Wars fans are just like,
it's very different. Very different for an attraction.
Yes, we loved that. Yeah. Oh, that was a posted 50-minute wait. And it took us less than 30 minutes to go through the whole entire thing, like to be off the ride. So
good. Well, good use of the lightning lane.
Very much so. Then we headed over to Toy Story Land. We did Slinky Dog Dash, which was a posted 50-minute wait. We waited 3 minutes. Then we did 1210 Toy Story Mania, which was a 40-minute posted, and we walked onto that. I won because I always win. It's so boring. Someone challenge me.
It's not going to be me. I've been going on the ride for 20 years, and I cannot figure out how to get any higher score than I need to train for it.
You don't.
I do. It's like a workout.
It really kind of is. I mean, my arm always hurts for like an hour after. Oh, yeah. Okay. So then we headed back over to Galaxy's Edge because we had some more lightning lanes, which, they're really close by. So no big deal. As we walked into Galaxy's Edge, we just happened upon Kylo Ren and some stormtroopers. He's intimidating. Like, we're at the front of the crowd, and my sister points at me and yells, "She's resistance." And so he came right up to me and was like, interrogating me a little bit. And I was like, But that was cool and fun experience.
And terrifying.
Yes, just a little bit. Yeah. Oh, we took and went to Docking 7 for lunch. And there were some good allergy options over there. And everybody was happy with what they got. So that was good.
That's another good one. To me, it's in the same category as a Thule. Feels like a restaurant. Great for food, exceptions or food diets.
Yeah. And then we scanned into Smuggler's Run of the Lightning Lane at 1:30. That was a posted 30 minutes, and we walked on. And that was great because we had the perfect amount of people to fill a ship, So, I mean, we did terrible, but it was really fun.
It is. Perfect size. It's like a private ride.
Exactly. We loved it. And no motion sick issues there. I was a little worried about that one because it's very like jostly and screens, but no issues with anyone, thankfully. And then we headed over to Katsaka's, like the little stand. I'd never been there. We got those cold brews you see all over social media. Oh, so yucky. Have you had?
No, I think I have once when it first opened, but I don't. I think the things that go viral on social media often are just because they look fun or interesting.
They do look fun. Like everybody was like, and somebody even stopped us and said, "Where did you get that?" And I was like, "It sucks."
Yeah, it's one of the reasons
hated it.
It's one of the reasons we pull back on festival coverage, because we would post real photos of with real reviews, and everybody else is just posting things that get attention. And it's like, but that thing that's getting attention is not good.
I feel that. Their little sweet and spicy popcorn mix was like delightful, though. It was just,
very good.
I mean, spicy, loose
and a
term,
good use of
like,
good use of a snack credit, I think, if you're on the dining plan.
Oh yeah, fun. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it tasted like slightly spicy Trix cereal. It's delicious. Yeah, so then we had a lightning lane for Mickey and Minnie's. That was a posted 40. We waited 6 minutes. We took some photos in front of the Chinese theater, and then we split up. So a few of the girls wanted to go ride Rock and Roller Coaster again, which is a posted 50-minute wait, and they waited 35 with no lightning lane. I met Chip and Dale, by myself, while a couple of other girls went shopping for souvenirs, and we met at Trolley Car Cafe. They had to try the carrot cake cookie, of course. And yeah, we took the Skyliner back to the Riviera at 3:40, freshened up a little bit, and headed over in a lift to the Contemporary for Steakhouse 71.
Before we hop over to this part of the trip, for the lightning lanes, as you were like tapping in, were you the one booking everybody on another lightning lane?
Usually, yes. But actually this day, my sister Jackie took the reins a little bit, and I was like, look at you knowing how to do stuff, girl.
Yeah. It's just hard being that person where you have to like tell everybody where to go and answer the questions. And also I'm checking for the next lightning lane. When's our dining restaurant? It's just a lot to like keep track of when you're the planner.
It is a lot. I'm pretty used to it, I guess. But it was nice to have her be able to do stuff here and there too.
Yeah. But good.
Yeah.
You need extra hands.
Yeah. I love it.
Okay. So Steakhouse 71, how did you get there?
We took a lift.
You took a lift to the Contemporary?
Yes.
Okay.
That was just the easiest way, not having to double transport and all the things.
Always the easiest. Most direct.
Yes, for sure. And then if you remember, we had like weird reservations. We had like 3 reservations for all 10 of us. And I had 0 expectations of being sat together, but they were able to do like a 6-top and a 4-top right side by side. So that worked out really nice. Yeah. So this is probably like maybe the only negative incident of the trip happened here. Jana's food allergy situation just got a little bit dicey. The server seemed kind of huffy, kind of put out by like asking for, maybe something that's not necessarily on the menu, or like to speak to a chef, which was the total norm, even at the quick services before now, was just to speak to a chef whenever, there were multiple allergies and stuff. But she kind of, I don't know, it seemed like we were twisting her arm to get the chef over there. And then my sister had ordered something really seafoody, so we switched seats, and she was like, you can't do that. I don't know. It was unfortunate. Jana was feeling really like a major inconvenience and like a big burden and whatever. And she, has anxiety around that, which is totally normal for people with food allergies, So unfortunately, Jana and I had to step away for a little bit just with some anxiety things. And the girls spoke to, I think, a manager or something, which is really not like us. I mean, really super not like us. But in this case, it was like, dang,
Sometimes you have to. I feel like her particular allergies should be fairly easy for them to handle.
Yeah.
Like it's obvious what the fish is. And then dairy free is such a, I don't know, that just seems like a super typical thing.
I know. And that's what we were kind of expecting. It was like, oh, it'll be no big deal. I'm thinking like, this is a steakhouse. They'll just like make a burger without cheese. They'll make stuff without butter, like no big deal. But she was like, oh, I mean, you can really only choose this and this. And I was like, what? So anyways, the girls ended up speaking to somebody while we were stepped away, and we ended up getting a different server who is amazing. I mean, so sweet. Brought the chef over, no issues. They actually ended up comping her meal, brought us dessert, whatever. So really super turned the experience around.
Happy to hear that they addressed it that way.
Yes, absolutely. But even with all that considered, I don't really recommend Steakhouse 71 for food allergies, I guess. You live and learn, but they just didn't have like great options for food allergies.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Yeah, everybody else really loved their food though. Unfortunately, it was a mixed bag. I love the bacon and eggs there. Like I think this is my 4th time back. It's just so good. But anyways, we were fine after that. Really great recovery with Alex. Gave him a cast compliment for going above and beyond. And we just we got changed into our matching birthday Taylor Swift t-shirts and put on our sparkly freckle face tattoos and got ready to hop on the monorail for the after hours event at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah. And speaking of after hours, which is going to have you out late, which I guess you were out late the night before as well. What was the weather like during your trip?
It was cool overall at the Disney World portion, but like, we're Mainers, like we're fine, I mean, everybody bundled up at night. The after hours event was the coldest and it was drizzly, so that was a bummer. But it is what it is.
You were prepared for that night.
Yeah, we were prepared. We had ponchos and sweaters and we were fine.
Yeah. How did it go?
So the after hours event was not what I have like experienced previously. The crowds weren't high or anything. I think it was just like I probably packed too much in to, a big group of some first timers. And of course, Shanna like just had surgery and everything. So I think it was just by the time the party got started, it was a little much for everybody. We were kind of dragging. We didn't really do a lot. I think we rode 5 rides. Yeah, we did Pirates, we did Haunted Mansion, Space Mountain, Tron, People Mover. We got snacks, we took photos. We went into Memento Mori, and have you ever done the you knock on the portrait?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was fun. And then we found the smallest hidden Mickey in all of Disney World in Memento Mori as well. I'm sure you probably already know about that. You know all the things.
Not all the things, but I do know those particular things.
Yeah, that was just fun. So yeah, we didn't do a ton of rides, which I think in the pre-trip I was like, yeah, we're going to do all the things. No, we were kind of dragging and stuff, but we made the most of it. We watched, actually the first, fireworks show with the park still open was going on as we came in off the monorail, which was hello, how much more magical can you get? Mm-hmm. And I just wanted to watch that with my nephews. So we were rushing in, and Courtney and I came around the corner, and oh my word, I'm going to get choked up just looking at it. But she just saw the castle, the fireworks going off, and she just looked at me and she's like, I just never thought I would get here. I was just a poor little girl who always dreamed of coming here, and I just never thought I would make it here. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Imagine that being your first time seeing a castle.
Oh my gosh. It was incredible. It really was. So I'll just, remember that till I die.
Well, and that they'll have that memory forever.
Totally. I love it. And I got to go hold my nephew and stand right in the middle of the crowd and watch the fireworks and, wow, So that made my whole night anyway. Nothing could drag me down after that.
Yeah, that's super sweet. How long did you end up staying?
Oh, we actually stayed the whole party. Our pace was just super slow. So we didn't. Oh, done.
You weren't zipping around the park as you had imagined.
No, nobody was zipping at this point. They were like, okay. But, I wanted to mention that Tiana's, they kind of quietly took her off the docket for after hours. So I was like, oh no, my poor sister Jackie, she hasn't ridden it yet. And she was like, what?
Well, I want to mention it's not listed on the after hours list anymore, but it's still open sometimes.
Oh, it wasn't this night, but it was cold and drizzly, and I can see why they wouldn't have it open. But
I think right now, I think that's exactly why they took it off, because they don't want you to expect it, but sometimes it is open.
Okay.
But that's a huge bummer.
I know. Yeah. And that was our only time in Magic Kingdom, but I was like, don't worry. We'll be back. We'll be back soon. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so we took some cute little pictures in our matching shirts and stuff. And we stayed till close, went back to our resorts. And oh my word, I think the last time I looked at the clock, it was 2:48 a.m. So I bought Standby Skipper just to get our virtual queue for Guardians in the morning.
I am curious to see how that worked out, because that would require you to be there pretty early for that too. That's very late, 2:48.
Oh my word, I know. I was definitely the last one up, because whatever, takes me a while to settle down after hustling around, I guess. But yep,
just the people that were there for the Run Disney events were fully waking up at that time of day.
Right. So oh my gosh, I know.
It's kind of a 24-hour place in some ways. Okay, so the next day was Tuesday, January 14th, and it was a girls' day at Epcot, and you had set up Standby Skipper. So did it grab that virtual queue for you?
It sure did. It grabbed group number 2. Mm-hmm. But I was snoozing. We all slept in. We slept until 9. Well, us in our room. So me, Jackie, and Jenna slept until 9, which is luxurious for the moms, especially. Yeah. And the other girls had just gotten up early and gone into Epcot. And I was like, you do you. I will meet you there later.
Did they know they had virtual queues?
Yeah, but we were like, let's just wait and do it all together, because I knew you could go anytime after they call it for that run in particular. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we had some lightning lanes set up too. So we'll get to that, I guess. But we grabbed breakfast at Primo Piatto, brought it up to our room, which was super nice. My youngest sister was calling me every 2 seconds. Where do I get here? How do I get there? What should I eat there? Where do I find? And I was like, I know, I'm just your Disney Google. That's okay. I don't mind really. So they went to Leal for breakfast, and yeah, we eventually hopped on the Skyliner. It was really late. It was like 1:15 when we got on the Skyliner. So
You,
I
you
kind
woke
of,
up at 9 and didn't get to
I
leave for Epcot
know.
until 1:15.
We were just like we really wanted to enjoy that beautiful room and like the balcony and the restaurant. And we went back to Le Petit Cafe. And this is where I had like a successful mindset shift of like, not thinking like, okay, a park ticket costs this much and you need to get your park ticket worth, I was like, this is everybody's vacation. It's paid for. We want it to be a vacation. And it was great.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely can do whatever you want. But
Yeah.
but were your lightning lanes scheduled for the morning?
No, like we knew since we were going to have the after hours that I should, I scheduled them strategically a little bit later. I did move a couple things around because they were just easy to move around. It was like Spaceship Earth and Living with the Land. So, easy peasy to move those around. Our Remy's, that was our first one and we were late for that. Didn't know how that was going to go over, but they were like, we don't care. I told them that we were late and I was like, okay, cool. So scanned into that with no issue at 1:32. I think our lightning lane had ended 12:50, 12:45.
Okay. So
Yep.
not too much later.
Not terrible. Yeah. I just didn't know where it was like kind of more high demand, if it would be an issue, but no issue at all. Posted 45-minute wait. We waited 2 minutes. It was a beautiful, like 65 breezy sunny day. It was so, so beautiful. Perfect for Epcot things. And the nicest day we had weather-wise, I think.
Good.
Oh, I also wanted to mention while we were like being lazy in the room, my sister Allie, we have this tradition where we'll like hand out bubble wands to kids.
Mhm.
So she handed one to a little boy, and the mom was just so overjoyed and cute, and like gave my sister these like chocolates that she had in her pocket and asked to take a picture with her, and like gave her a hug. Like it was so, so cute.
That is adorable.
Yeah, we love. Yeah, so after we did Remy's, which everybody loved, no motion sick at all, we headed over to not Future World. I don't know, whatever area is called. We used Return to Queue. So this is, I think, the only time we use Return to Queue for Guardians, because it's just like the super long queue and Jana's legs were a little, fussy by this point in the trip. We had walked so much,
Can you
So-
tell us how that worked?
Yeah, so we went up to the little umbrella off to the side, just said, she doesn't qualify for the new DAS system, but has some mobility concerns. We were wondering if we could do return to queue. They said, no problem. You and one other person wait off to the side. The rest of your party will go through the regular, like standard queue. And when they get to the pre-show room, they'll text you. You go through the lightning lane to meet them. And it was easy peasy.
Okay, so that worked out in this case. I feel like all the queues probably vary.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. I think, it was about 30 minutes that we waited outside. So that was really nice to be able to save her legs, for 30 minutes. Just
Yeah.
kind of plopped on a bench and hung out for a little bit.
Yeah, and I think, there's lots of people that have different things where sometimes they have to run to the restroom or whatever. And so it's nice that they're outside and they have easier access to it.
Totally. Yes. Yeah.
What if I don't, maybe you don't know the answer. What if there was only like a couple people in your group though? I guess one person stands in line and the return to queue person stays out.
So I will say I have done this in warmer weather. I have POTS,
Mhm.
so I no longer qualify for DAS either. And so when it was a little more like acting up in the warm weather, I think all 3 times that I went with 2 people, they just sent us through the lightning lane. So I'm sure that it varies by attraction and cast member, but that was my experience.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah. So everybody loved that ride, of course. It's so, so, so fun. We got Iran, which is maybe my least favorite song, but still super fun. I really wanted Everybody Wants to Rule the World, but I always want Everybody Wants to Rule the World.
Me too. I saw a description the other day of the vibe that you get from every song. And I think I agreed with it. And the one with Everybody Wants to Rule the World was like euphoric.
Ooh, yes.
And I was like, yes, that is how I feel on that.
That's so correct.
Yes. I don't remember what the Iran vibe was, but
Yeah, I don't know. It's the least memorable 5, I feel like, but it was still so fun. Oh my word, we forgot hair ties. So our pictures are hilarious. Our hair's like, you can't see our faces at all. Oopsies.
Relatable.
Oh, yes, so real. After that, we headed to the land. We scanned into Soren at 4:06. Waited 15 minutes. It was posted 30. Then we used the lightning lane we definitely didn't need for living with the land or whatever. 5 minutes posted wait, walked on. Went to Connections Cafe. Oh, I think I forgot to mention that we got some fries and like they had a plant-based shake over there at Connections, so that was cool. Hard to find, kind of. Some of the girls went over to Club Cool while we were in Connections too. Cheyenne wanted to try like the international drinks and the Korean soda. She was like, I've never even heard of this. And I was like, oh man.
Yeah, I do wonder.
Called right out. Yeah, then we used another lightning lane that we didn't really need on Spaceship Earth for a 5-minute wait. We walked onto that, and that was funny with everybody's half a face photos, with a little interactive part at the end.
Yeah, you're laughing about the Living with the Land and Spaceship Earth lightning lanes, but even if it's 15 minutes posted, I'm like, why wait? If I've got a lightning lane for it, why not?
You might as well, really. Yeah. And I mean, we knew that we needed the lightning lane for Remy's, so everything else was just a bonus, Yeah. So after that, Jan was feeling pretty done. So we started making our way out, but went through the other side of the World Showcase just to kind of see everything on our way out. We stopped at the quick service in Mexico and got some really yummy food there. I'd actually never eaten there. Usually they're during a festival and I just eat at the festival booths, It was so good. We got chicken tacos and chips and guac. We're all doing our little happy food dance. Delicious. We loved it.
So you sat outside there at that restaurant?
We sat outside. It was beautiful. The sun was going down on the water. It was just perfect. Really nice vibe to, take that stroll out toward the Skyliner and see all the pavilions lit up. Yeah. So I kind of just dropped Jackie and Jana back off at the room and decided to come back on my own. Allie and Chan and Courtney were still in the park. So I did meet up with them eventually. While I was dropping them off, my sister Allie, she bought a really pretty light pink Spirit jersey and almost immediately dumped hot cocoa all over it. And was like going around looking for stuff, trying to clean herself up. And a cast member saw her and pulled her aside and gave her a new one. And I was like, wow, she cried. She cried in response. She was like, oh, you didn't have to do that. And whatever. They're all hugging and crying. And the cast members gave all the girls little friendship bracelets and stuff. It was so cute.
That's really nice of them.
It really was. I was like, wow, that's some Disney magic right there. Yeah. Oh, I just love it so much. Yeah. So I took the Skyliner back and just had a little time by myself. Before I met up with the girls, I went into Mitsukoshi, which is my favorite place in Epcot, and got all kinds of fun little souvenirs for myself and my kiddos and stuff. And grabbed a shave ice, which was perfect for the 45-degree weather to watch the fireworks. But I'd never had one, and it was so good. Yeah. And then watched the fireworks and teared up because I'm a big baby and I was just feeling so happy and thankful to be there.
And it was your last night at the parks?
Yeah, exactly. And just watching Chan and Courtney and everybody, huddled up and cuddled up and watching the fireworks. And I was just like, oh, we did it, guys. We really did it.
You did 4 parks.
Yeah. It was so great. Yeah. And then we took the Skyliner back and did laundry till we were dragging ourselves half asleep back to our rooms. So late. We went to sleep probably, I don't know, 1:30 or so.
Have you made the switch to Knix? Millions of women have made the switch to the revolutionary period underwear from Knix. That's Knix. Period panties from Knix are like no other, making them the #1 leak-proof underwear brand in North America. They're comfy, stylish, and absorbent, perfect for period protection from your lightest to your heaviest days. They look, feel, and machine wash just like regular underwear, but feature incognito protection that has you covered. You can shop sizes from extra small to 4XL. Choose from all kinds of colors, prints, and different styles, from bikinis to boy shorts, thongs to high-rise. You've got to try Nix. See why millions are ditching disposable, wasteful period products and have switched to Nix. Go to knix.com and get 15% off with promo code TRY15. That's Nix.com, promo code TRY15 for 15% off life-changing period underwear. That's knix.com.
This is Ashley Iconetti from the Ben and Ashley I Almost Famous podcast. Did you know that Future Health can help make weight loss resolutions come true? Future Health makes access to qualified doctors that know GLP-1s easier than ever and for less than $3 a day. Get started with a quick 3-minute survey at tryfh.com. Tryfh.com.
Tryfh.com.
Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Hi, I'm Cindy Crawford, and I'm the founder of Meaningful Beauty. Well, I don't know about you, but I never liked being told, oh, wow, you look so good for your age. Why even bother saying that? Why don't you just say you look great at any age, every age? That's what Meaningful Beauty is all about. We create products that make you feel confident in your skin at the age you are now.
Meaningful Beauty. Beautiful skin at every age. Learn more at meaningfulbeauty.com.
I can't wait to see how the next day went then. Next day was Wednesday, January 15th, and you were checking out and making your way to the port.
Yes. So my sister Jackie actually took my youngest sister, my teenage sister Emily, to the airport that morning. So she's a rock star for that. She had to get up early after being up so late doing laundry and stuff. But that was so nice. She ended up not wanting to drive my sister's car, my other sister's car. They just Ubered. It was no big deal. Ubered there. They let her go through security. They let her wait at the gate till the plane was taken off. And it was good.
Yes, that is. And that's for your 14-year-old sister.
Yes. Right.
Yeah. Helpful to have somebody there.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. And that big old airport, it's hard to navigate by yourself when you're not 14. So yeah. Yeah. So we went to Prima Fiata again, Le Petit Cafe, big shocker. And we got the raspberry brioche that morning. I had been eyeing it for days. It's so good. Have you had it?
No, have not.
It's so good.
It sounds delicious.
We went shopping at the La Boutique and sat in the lobby and created a WhatsApp group chat like you suggested for the cruisers. Downloaded a book that we were all going to read on Kindle, while we were on the cruise, which, spoiler alert, we did not read at all.
You know what? I always come loaded with TV shows downloaded, podcasts downloaded, and books. And I almost never get through any of them. But there's just something about being disconnected that you're like, I got to have something.
Right. I know. It was such a nice thought. We were like, we'll have a little book club. There was just so much to do.
As you found out, I assume.
We did. So we ordered a Lyft to the port. We used the little wait and save option, which was only like 10 minutes. And that was about $90 before tip, which we expected. It's quite a drive, And we had the best Lyft driver ever. We just had the best experience with people, I swear. He was telling us all these fun facts and just really sweet. He was telling us that the largest hidden Mickey that's technically on Disney World property is, I guess, an aerial view of the road at Golden Oak. I didn't know this.
Okay. Gonna have to look it up on Google Satellite View or something.
I know. I still need to do that. I love a good Disney nerd fact. So that was fun. He had lots for us.
Yes. Well, with such a long drive, longer than a typical Uber drive, it's nice when they are nice.
Oh my word. Yeah. He was so nice. He was the best. Yeah. So we took 2 separate lifts over there. We weren't about to do the Lyft XL, packing our bags up, blocking the back window thing again. So we took 2 lifts, arrived about the same time, around 1:30. So pretty late arrival, but that was fine. That was totally fine. We had stuff to do that morning. So,
and you said you had a late embarkation time.
We did. Yeah. It was 1:15. So we weren't late for that. It was just late in the day to get there, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, that worked out great. The other girls got there about 5 minutes after us and they left. We got our bag tags right there at the port since, Disney likes to send out maybe 1 of 10 people's bag tags at a time.
Yes, it's good for people to know that even if you forget yours, they will give you some.
Right. It was they didn't even ask. They were just like, yep, here's your bag tags.
Mm-hmm.
And then we didn't think it through ahead of time. I was like, oh, we'll come up with like a combination of our last names or something, like when they announce you as you walk on. And we were all like, oh. So we were the girly pop family because we're cringe.
If I heard that, I would think that was so cute though.
Oh, okay, good. And that was actually like a theme for that was like our trivia name and our karaoke name and whatever. So it worked out just fine. It was cute.
I'm at the stage of life where I don't think cringe is a thing. You just do what you like. You have fun.
I'm getting there. I just turned 30, so I'm getting there.
Yeah, I'm a couple decades ahead, and I just don't care anymore. You have fun with your girls.
Yeah, it was so fun to just let go of everything, and it was the best. So, of course, our rooms were ready when we got there. We had the connecting family ocean view veranda rooms on deck 9. 9094 and 9096. And they were like more spacious than I expected even. Yeah, it was really nice. We ended up getting a mattress topper for my sister's, like, not really a couch bed, but just to make it more comfy. And that helped a lot. It was very comfortable after that. I slept on it one night with no issue. But yeah, beautiful veranda. I was very excited to get in there.
And did you connect them?
Yes, we did. So we got to have the little partition taken out to give us a bigger balcony space. That was really nice.
One giant one.
Yes. Well, giant kind of,
Compared to, one.
Very. Yes, it was cool to be able to all hang out there. Yeah, we love that. And then we went to Cabanas for lunch, which was it was the very end of lunch. But we made it just in time. Spoke to somebody and they made Jenna a fresh little dairy-free pizza. So she was all excited about that. It's hard to find.
And that was in Cabanas or at the pizza place outside?
I was actually in Cabanas.
Okay.
And then we had our muster drill, which I could see the girls being like, oh, I was like, it's fine. It's always like this. It's just a little chaotic for a minute and then we'll all get over it and move on.
To me, that's kind of when the cruise begins.
Right. Exactly.
When that part's done.
Exactly. We just get through that. And then, so of course, after the muster drill, like the elevators are all crazy and everything. And we couldn't hike up a bunch of flights of stairs with Jana's knees and stuff. So we were just hanging out for a while, but it was fun. We just kind of explored the ship for a little bit and saw all the beautiful things. It was just like so overwhelming, even walking into the atrium, like, wow, this is a ship. Yeah, everybody fell in love pretty quickly. Yeah, that evening we went to Aladdin, which was absolutely amazing. My best friend was like, this is my favorite part of the whole trip so far. And I was like, I tell you, it's like Broadway caliber, like so much talent, blow you away. Love
Yeah.
Love
that friend is definitely a musical lover, I would say.
Yeah, a few of us are. So it was so fun. I loved it. We did end up making it to every show, which was like number one on my wish list. So
nice. So you did that and then dinner probably?
Yep, a little exploring in between, but we went to Animator's Palette. And like as expected, you're like down on the lower deck. It's your first time on a cruise ship and it's pretty rocky and whatever. Nobody was like sick, but they were just like, this feels weird. And I was like, yeah, you'll feel better tomorrow, but like that's totally normal. Like you're still acclimating to this super weird feeling, like, So a few of us left early and went back up and we're just like, okay, I need to get on a higher deck for a while, which is fine.
Yeah. But Animator's Palette, how did you feel about it in general?
I thought it was cute. I think I really love those truffle persets. Like I wanted to eat those every day of my life. But I think like atmosphere-wise, it was probably my least favorite. I think with my kids, it would definitely be higher on the list, But still liked it. Still had a great experience. Our servers were really super lovely. Drea, who was like our head server and followed us around immediately, like super took to Jana, like made sure she was completely taken care of, completely comfortable. And I was like, yes.
One thing that's frustrating to me about Animator's Palette is that it's not the same experience every time you go there on different ships. Because sometimes Sorcerer Mickey is there. Sometimes there is an animated experience. Sometimes neither of those things happen.
And
so if you hear
happen.
So if you hear someone talking about their experience at Animator's Palette, it may or may not happen when you're there. And I had to
Right.
adjust my own expectations around it because I kind of got it in my head exactly how it was supposed to work.
Right.
Not necessarily.
Yeah. Right. And I kind of thought that 'cause I had seen videos of like you do the drawing and then it's
Mhm.
up moving around. And I was like, oh, maybe that will happen. And it didn't. But
I
it was
actually
no
haven't
big
seen
deal.
that in years, even though I know it does still take place in
Oh,
some
dang.
cases. I know.
Huh.
So just
Nice.
gotta be careful what you expect to happen.
Yeah, I guess so. It was good though. It was so good. We liked it. Yeah, then we actually went up to the rainforest room, checked in and got our stickers and everything from there. Just for the tail end before they closed, just hung out on the heated loungers and drank some spa water and stuff. That was nice. Got us excited to have that for the rest of the trip. And we went back to our rooms and like I'm like an unpacker, like, unpacked everything, organized everything, put everything away. I had brought like some metal hooks to hang like robes
Mhm.
and bags and whatever. We decorated our doors. That was cutesy.
You're one of us. One of us.
Because I love it. Oh yeah, and I had referred to the like cleaning service people as mouse keepers, at Disney.
Mhm.
So Jana was like, "Oh, do you think our mouseketeer, or our mousekeeper, our tool is coming?" And I was like, "Jana." It was kind of like a running joke throughout the cruise.
That's so funny. It rhymes with housekeepers.
Really should have mentioned that.
Yes, but that's funny though.
Yeah. Oh, it was great. Yeah. So, yep. When we just went to bed eventually.
Yes. No one knew it was 1:30 or 2:30 in the morning. But Thursday, January
Yeah,
16th.
no matter what.
The next day was Thursday, January 16th, and it was your Nassau day on the ship.
Yes, that's right. So we planned to like sleep in a little bit and like let ourselves acclimate, but my sister woke me up like, it's today. Look, there's a pink bubblegum sky sunset or sunrise. And I was like, okay, I guess I can't argue with that. So ended up being an early morning out on the balcony watching the sunrise. Never going to complain about that.
Mhm.
Oh, and I just did some work from the balcony. We did purchase the Wi-Fi package, which came in handy, keeping track of our kids and families and everything. It was nice.
Which level do you remember?
We got the mid-tier. And we were able to like FaceTime and stream and all the things. So
Okay, good to know. And did you get it for one device and take turns, or did everybody get their own?
for the three of us in our room, Jana had her own, and then me and Jackie shared a second
Okay.
device. And then a couple of the other girls from our connecting room just logged on to ours once in a while to check back in. That was no big deal. Yeah. So yeah, we went to Cabanas for breakfast, and yeah, Jana was pleasantly surprised that when she was like, "So what can I have?" And they were like, "Anything you want. We can make you anything you want." And she was like, "Really? Oh, okay." So she got like, Mickey waffles and all kinds of different fun stuff. It was so great. Like the Disney difference really hits,
Yeah, I truly think Disney cruises are one of Disney's biggest strengths, and I love that they handled her that way specifically.
Yes. Me too. I think she had like a teeny bit of like reservation in her brain, like, is the Steakhouse 71 like thing gonna happen again? Never ever did. I mean, just above and beyond, out of their way to make her feel like the opposite of a burden the whole rest of the trip. So it was
Yeah.
amazing.
It's also a good lesson in advocating for yourself, because if you don't ask, you don't know how they
Very
can
true.
fix a problem like Steakhouse 71, or in this case, what can they get you at Cabanas?
Exactly. Yeah. It was great. So yeah, we had a good breakfast there. We headed down to guest services to get Jana's credit card to like reconnect. For some reason, she had it all set before the cruise, but it just fell off for whatever reason. So it took 5 minutes. Easy peasy fix. Then we all headed up to the rainforest room for hours. We were there for hours. It was great. I expected it to be busy on a Nassau day, just knowing that a lot of people stay on the ship. But
Mhm.
it was not. We had our own hot tub and there were loungers, and we used all the different fun showers, the eucalyptus and the steam rooms and saunas and everything. Oh, love the rainforest room.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we went to the Cove Cafe, that kind of coffee bar outside of or inside of the adult only area. And yeah, Jana was pleasantly surprised that there was like a zillion options for her there too. Got delicious pistachio lattes there. Then we headed back to our rooms, got showered off, and got ready to head out to the port in Nassau. So we got off, we stayed out there for maybe like 90 minutes. Just, to experience it. We took a picture with the sign. We looked in the little shops. We actually did step out of the port for a few minutes looking for an ATM. And we were just like, oh, no, never mind. And got back in the port after a while. There was like some commotion, yelling, police presence and stuff going on. We were just like, no, we don't really need cash that bad. Let's go back in the port. Yeah. But we got some like pretty drinks out of a coconut and a pineapple, as one does. And yeah, just spent a little bit of time and headed back to the ship.
That's what you planned on. Short time.
Yes. Yep, exactly. And I do not regret spending most of the day in the rainforest room beforehand, honestly. It was great.
What did you do when you got back on the ship?
So I actually met a couple characters. I met Pluto and Belle, both. And the cast members are totally fine with like using my phone for photos and stuff. So that worked out great because we had photos for Disney World, but not for the cruise, like the photo package. And yeah, we were just walking around exploring the ship a little more. Made myself an ice cream cone, banana soft serve. So good.
Unlimited ice cream. So dangerous and so fun.
I know. We love it. And then Jana, we went to the little sweet shop and they had a couple vegan gelato options actually. So she got some apple pie gelato. That was fun. And we just hung out back in our room until it was time for the next show, the Frozen show that night.
And how did you like that?
We loved it so much. Are you shocked?
I am not shocked.
So good. Oh my word. Like goosebumps level good. It was so good. And it was cool to see some familiar faces from Aladdin and stuff, too. The same guy who was Aladdin was Kristoff in this. And it was just so good. It just makes me so happy. This theater refreshes me in a special way.
It's a love or hate thing. It's like the people like you and me love it. That's why I love going to New York and just seeing as many shows as possible. And other people are like, that movie is a musical. I can't go.
I know. And I'm like, how?
It's either there or not.
Right. You're so right. Yeah. So after the show, I was like a little queasy. Me and my sister both had like a little 24-hour queasiness, which like I just basically expected it. There was so much sickness going, 'tis the season. But we were the only ones. So it's not like, everybody was getting sick or anything like that. But I was a little queasy. So I ended up staying back from dinner. They went to Enchanted Garden. Is that what it's called? And I just stayed back and ordered some mint tea and some toast to the room and just kind of relaxed. I'd slept like a collective 6.5 hours the past week. Not really, but yeah, just hung out for a little bit. Had some time to myself. So that was fine. They were actually down in the Enchanted Garden for 2 hours, like having this big long meal. So that was fine though. They had a great time. Mom Drea was telling them like riddles and stuff. Oh, she was the best. She was the best.
It is nice that if you end up back in your room for whatever reason, you're not cut off from food. They can just bring whatever.
That was so nice. Yeah. Yeah. It felt luxurious to just be plopped in my bed like a grandma with some tea and toast.
Yep. Exactly. I love that.
Yeah. And a couple of the girls went to a silent dance party. A couple of them went to see Inside Out 2. And yeah, me and Jana just stayed cuddled up in bed. And
that sounds like a good way to end the night to me.
It was. It really was.
The next day was Friday, January 17th, and you were headed to Lookout Key.
Yes. Yes. So we woke up and just kind of did like snacky stuff that we had in our room for breakfast, like protein bars and stuff. Me and Jackie were still like a little, weird bellies kind of that morning, but neither of us were like miserable or anything. We were very excited to get to the island. So we were off the ship at about 9:30. That walk looks like it's going to take like an hour, but it took like 15 minutes. It really wasn't that bad. I can see in the heat, it would be maybe more difficult, like for me with pots and stuff, but it wasn't too bad at all. Oh, I forgot to mention that we had called the night before and asked about like transportation for Jana. And they were like, well, it's all booked up. So you could come between 9:30 and 11:30 and wait first come, first serve. And we're like, oh, we're not going to wait that late to get on the island. So we just walked and it was totally fine. When we got down to where the trams were, there were plenty of trams sitting there ready for us. I had like cool towels, which I know would have been really nice for a super warm day. It was low 70s, sunny, breezy. It was really nice. I was super thankful that we didn't get a freezing, drizzly day that day.
Yeah. And if it was, are you saying it was low 70s at this time of day or that was the high for the day?
I think the high was like 75 for the day.
Okay.
So it was like maybe 70, 71 or so when we first went out.
That is pretty good this time of year.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought so. I was very thankful. So we hung out around the family beach for a while because Jana had pre-ordered her allergy meal to True. That was just like the only option, but that was fine because we wanted to see both beaches anyway. It was so beautiful. The girls were like, all shocked at the crystal clear turquoise looking water. The family beach was pretty crowded, so like we didn't really find chairs or anything. Everybody had kind of staked their claim, but we actually swam, most of us, and even Jana got in the ocean further than I expected. So that was so fun. And then we ended up going up to True to get Jana's lunch, and everybody got lunch, and they were like, oh, it's actually at True too. And I was like, oh, okay. No big deal. Not that far away. We went over to True 2, and there was a bunch of people that were like there to get their allergy meals, and they were like, oh, you're over at True 1. And I was like, oopsies, somebody got like some wires crossed here, but they're not that far apart, so it was not a big deal at all. Yeah, so we ended up all having lunch over there. I don't know what your experience has been. It looked good. It was not very good, though. I know. I was like, oh man, what the heck? Not like disgusting, but just like pretty bland and whatever. We all take a few bites and move on to the beautiful surroundings. We didn't really care,
I've only eaten at the adult beach dining pavilion and the cabana dining pavilion, both of which were fine. So I don't know. The one actually by the cabana is better.
Huh, okay.
They have more options.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll write that down for next time.
I know. I hate promoting something that's kind of expensive, but it was totally worth it.
Yeah, that's cool. Oh, so when we got to the adults beach, it was like a shocking change, like quiet, serene, half empty at least. I mean, tons of chairs, tons of space. Amazing. Like we were so happy to be there. And it was just a short walk. I didn't really know what to expect as far as would we have to take a tram or something. But yeah, it was very accessible and beautiful and lovely. And I laid out on a chair and fell asleep in the sun, and I was living my best life.
It is pretty, isn't it?
It is so gorgeous. And then, yeah, we were up at the little Serenity Bay bar area and stuff, getting some drinks, making friends with the bartenders. They gave us some free drinks. That was nice. And we were just dancing, being silly, and it was a great time. We just relaxed a lot on the beach and we stayed pretty much the whole time we could be there. We were out there. So we ended up.
And then you have to make that walk back.
Yeah. Well, okay. So we took the tram over, ended up getting some merch at the little shops. And then since we were one of the last people, I just checked. I was like, hey, are there trams available for my friend? She'd been walking around in the sand all day with those new legs. So, and they're like, oh yeah, no problem. They put us on there and zipped us back. It was really nice.
Nice.
Yeah. Then when we got back to our room, we room serviced some chicken tenders since we hadn't really eaten much on the island, and showered and got ready for pirate night, which was so fun. We're all a little extra, but especially my best friend. Oh my word, Jana, we talked FaceTime about her outfit for so long beforehand. She's like, okay, so I have this corset and I have this corset, and it's all stuff she already has. She just owns all this.
She just pulled out of her costume closet.
Yes, I love it so much. We're like, you're too much. Gina's kicking in, but in the best way. She was decked out. I'll have to show you her outfit.
Yeah, when you send pictures, we'll include it.
Yeah, it was great. But yeah, we all did our makeup and incorporated our bandanas in different ways. And oh man, it was so good. And then we went to the Little Pirate Mickey stage show, which was cute. I think that's pretty much the only time that we were actually down on the main deck for this whole cruise. Yeah, that was cutesy. And then we had just a late dinner at Enchanted Garden again, since we had just scarfed down some chicken fingers not too long ago. But then we got all the desserts on the menu and shared them. And they even brought over like the one from the kids menu and made 2 special ones that weren't even on the menu for Jana. That was really fun. Yeah. So we took some piratey pictures with the pretty backdrops outside of the Enchanted Garden. And then most of us went to fireworks, which was really cool. Fireworks at sea. Like, how are you going to beat that? It was so fun.
So fun. I'll never get over it.
You know? Yeah.
What are we doing in the middle of the ocean watching fireworks?
I know. I was
It's
just like, okay.
It's so cool.
And our magic bands were all interacting with it and stuff too. We saw Captain Jack. It's really fun. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
We were wrapped in blankets though, because it was chilly for sure, but it was worth it. And then let's see what we do. We came back and got into jammies, and we saw our little pirate squid Barbosa looking towel animal, which is fun. I brought back the little chocolate coins that they leave for my kids, and our little bandanas. It's fun little souvenirs. And then we tried to go see Mufasa at 11, but we all were sleeping with our mouths open. So we decided to just go back and go to bed.
Yeah, it's a long day, especially when you've been out on the beach in the sun.
Very true. Yep.
Okay, so the next day was your last full day. So Saturday, January 18th, and it was a day at sea.
Yes, it was. And I had so many things on my list this day. So yeah, we got a lot done. We slept until about like 8:30 and, sat out on the balcony. And this was like the warmest day. It was so warm. It was like at least 75 and balmy. Like I was like, yeah, this is the tropics. Loved that. So just hung out on the balcony for a while, went to Cabanas for breakfast. Oh, we got the Mickey churro waffles. I was so excited to try those. Those were really good. And they even had an allergy version for Jana. So she was excited about that.
And for people listening, the churro Mickey waffles are only available for breakfast usually on the last day, I think.
Yeah, like the last full day. Yeah.
Yeah. The last, and often that's a day at sea, but not always, I guess.
Yeah. So those were really good, and that was fun. And then we went to bingo. I didn't really know what to expect. I never actually done bingo before, but it was actually so fun. We all had a blast. They had those little, like the digital ones and the cards. And I prefer to do the actual cards because I feel like you're not really doing much with the digital ones.
The digital ones are so boring.
Yeah.
There's nothing to do.
Right.
You just like staring at an iPad.
I know. I was like, no, I'm doing the paper card. So, but that was fun. A couple of us, got kind of close to where like they stood up or whatever, but nobody in our party won, of course. It's fun anyway. And then we changed into our suits and went to the rainforest room. Again, not as crowded as I expected. Really thought like at sea day was going to be the most packed. Really wasn't packed. And we didn't even have to wait for a hot tub or anything.
This is so strange. I would have totally expected it to be packed.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. A lot of people must have not bought the full week or I don't know. It was great. Yeah, we stopped over at the Cove Cafe again for coffees to bring to trivia. And we went to do the Disney Tunes trivia in the D Lounge. We did pretty good. But somebody got 40 of 40. I was like, whoa, okay, study. So we did not.
I always wonder, are they telling the truth?
Like, maybe they were. They probably were. But it was so fun anyways. Yeah, we grabbed some lunch at Cabanas, went back to the room to change. Oh, we met a neighbor in the hall who stopped and gave us this little like Mickey key-shaped bottle opener for a souvenir, so that was really cute.
That is cute. I love people that just randomly give out stuff just to be nice.
I know. I love it. And I love to do that. So it's so fun to be on the other end of it too. It's Disney magic. I love it. And then we got some drinks and played board games, like off the atrium, like off to the side where they have those little, like the big comfy couches and chairs and tables and stuff. That was fun. We played Preferences and Grab the Mic, which is funny with Chan. It was super fun. Yeah, so that was fun. And we did a little shopping in the souvenir shops. Got a little Chip and Dale stuffies for my kiddos. And yeah, we went back to the room, hung out on the balcony for a while. The waves were pretty crazy as the day went on, but we were all pretty acclimated by that point, so nobody was bothered by it. And we started packing up our stuff so that we could have our bags out by 10:30 p.m.
Because you wanted them to take the bags off for you.
Right. Yes, which was very nice to not have to worry about. And then we went to the Wishes show, which I had like lower expectations for because, I don't know, I guess just because it wasn't like something familiar to me. But it was so funny. We were all laughing our heads off. It was so good. It was like heartwarming and funny and major talent. We were just like, okay, of course we should have expected that this is going to like blow us away.
I love those shows that aren't necessarily tied to one movie.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, I won't give any spoilers or anything, but it's so funny. Yeah, so went back and finished packing, left our bags out, stashed our little envelopes for the crew. And then we decided to all dress in our fancy clothes. I didn't know if there was going to be like a formal night, but it was only a 4-night sailing, so there was no dedicated formal night, but we just did it anyways, so we wanted to. And went to Royal Court that night for dinner. And said goodbye to Drea. She was, we miss her. She was the best ever. But anyway, yeah. So we took some desserts to go and brought it up to our room and sat out on the balcony and just enjoyed it for as long as we could. Yeah.
Soaking it all in. It reminds me of
Yes.
your last night at Disney World at Epcot.
So true. Yes.
Trying to soak it in.
We did. And then we got changed back into our little matchy birthday shirts and went out to the lounges for a while. I just wanted to pop in them all. I just wanted to peek at them all, you know. And we ended up doing karaoke in the D lounge. We were singing Taylor Swift up there, acting like fools. It was so fun though.
You
We,
should
like,
have put your
judged
Taylor
it.
Swift shirts on from your birthday day.
We did.
Oh, you did have them on?
We did, yeah.
Okay, good. Perfect.
It was perfect. Yeah, it was so fun. And then, yeah, so after we looked around in all the lounges, we ended up at the Silent Disco. And I'm trying to remember the name of that lounge. Not the Sky, the Tube. Yeah. So that was really fun. It was really cute to see Chan really let loose and be like, she recognized the song. So she was singing and dancing and stuff. And that was so fun. And then, yeah, we headed back to our room a little after 1. The girls did one last room service before it closed at 1:30. Yeah, we went to bed, got ready to disembark the next morning.
That's interesting. It closed at 1:30 because I have it as midnight in my head. So I'm glad it was open a little bit later.
Yeah, we checked the app. We wanted to make sure we weren't calling and asking for or anything if it was closed. But
yeah, okay.
Perfect.
The next day was Sunday, January 19th, and it was disembarkation day.
It was. And we set alarms to get up early and try to catch the sunrise. But it was foggy and misty that morning, so we didn't see anything. But that's okay. We just sat out and hung out on the balcony anyway. And some of us got breakfast at Cabanas. Went to the Cove Cafe for one last cute little character latte. And yeah, we gathered up our stuff and we disembarked around 9:15. There was no line. We saw some sea turtles up at the boat as we were getting off, so that was really cute. Super easy to find our bags after, like, oh, red Mickey, whatever. Super easy. Yeah. Easy peasy.
And then how was it to get an Uber or Lyft back?
Not bad. Not bad at all. I think we waited maybe 10 minutes or so for a Lyft, and it was $89 from the port to MCO. And then, so we got there quite early. It was like 10:45 when we got to MCO, and we were not able to check our bags until something like 3 hours. The machine kept saying 3 hours before, but it didn't actually let us until about like 2.5 hours before. It was really fine though. We just kind of hung out and played those games some more, which is fun and funny, and we didn't want to say goodbye anyway, so it was totally fine. And our gates were close enough together, so like Jana, even though she was going to South Carolina and the rest of us were going to Maine, we went through TSA together and everything. So that was good. Put Jana on her, trimmed her gate, and went over to ours. There was no delays or anything on the way home. It was snowstorming when we got home. There were so many people going to New England whose flights were canceled, like Connecticut, New York, New Jersey. And I was like, ooh. But ours it didn't hit us until We got home when we were driving home. We were driving. It was following us home. So
Wow. That was a close one.
yeah, it was a rough drive home, but it was okay. We would rather that than be stuck somewhere, So
Yeah. What a whiplash to go from, a Caribbean beach to that.
yeah, absolutely.
But I'm sure that was part of the appeal of booking a trip this time of year as well, is to kind of get away from the cold for a bit.
Yep, absolutely.
So it sounds like a really fun trip overall. And
It was.
I want to ask some rapid fire questions just to get your quick thoughts on a few things. Staying at Caribbean Beach Resort. You weren't there very long, but what did you think about it?
I really liked it. I think it was a big step up from the values. Really pretty. I'd like to spend more time there during the day in the little beach areas and stuff. Really good quick service food. Overall, really liked it, but would request a ground floor if you have a bunch of stuff.
Riviera Resort?
Loved, fell in love, broke my top 5 for sure. Yeah, beautiful.
Magic Kingdom After Hours.
I really love it in general. This trip, I almost kind of wish that we had just gotten a park hopper and not did it, just because I think we were cramming way too much in. But in general, I do recommend after hours events.
A standby skipper, I think you only used it the one day.
I did, yeah. And I had only used it just for the just to get my virtual view, but it was the best $25 I ever spent because I slept way in.
Yeah. Oh, so you didn't end up using it for lightning lanes.
No, we really didn't need to.
And lastly, just Disney Cruise Line in general.
Love. I can't even describe the difference in the level of service, in the entertainment, in the attention to detail, in the just welcoming and warm atmosphere everywhere you go. I mean, we made friends with the people in the Cove Cafe. We felt so close to our wait staff. Our room attendant was absolutely lovely. Making friends with one of the girls that was doing custodial, the girl that was running the bingo, just amazing. The Disney really extra hits on Disney Cruise Line.
Yeah. All right. Anything about your trip that we haven't talked about you'd like to share?
Well, I polled everybody and asked them, so, the first timers, Disney parks or Disney Cruise Line? Which do you like better overall? And all of them said Disney Cruise Line. It was a little bit of a tough choice for a couple of them, but yeah, overall, I said parks overall just because I'm such a parks girly, but I loved both. But yeah, everybody else said Disney Cruise Line, so.
Nice. Well, I'm glad that everybody
they're ready to book another already.
Good. Well, that's a good testament to your planning, and I'm glad everything worked out.
Yeah, me too. All
right. Thanks for sharing, Hannah.
Of course. Thanks so much for having me.
I hope you enjoyed my chats with Hannah. I definitely did, and I'm so happy that her and her friends and family had such a fantastic time. There is more of Hannah and me up on Patreon in our after chat. I wanted to know more about her friend from South Korea, as well as some other things that she talked about in the main chat. And so you can see that on Patreon in video and audio form. I think that'll wrap up this episode of WW Prep to Go. For more information, please check the show notes in your podcast app or head to the website, wdwprepschool.com. Click on podcast at the top, scroll down to episode 446. Until next time, I will see you on the site.